Hello guys, my name is Armin. In today's episode learning SketchUp, we're going to take a look at axis. So most of the time when you are modeling, you're facing complex objects that are not aligned with X, Y, and Z. So in today's episode, we're going to look at images, objects, grouped objects, and how to apply axis to all of those. And also you're going to take a look at scale. So most of the time you scale objects that are not aligned to the axis, and it's going to be really hard to find a proper handle to scale the objects. So let's jump into SketchUp so we can start reviewing these process. So the first thing, when I find the location of the axis, you can find it under the large tool set. If not, you can right click and then find the large tool set bar. Also, you can access it through the tool tab. So let me draw a very simple rectangle shape. And right now I'm going to select, let's just rotate that it's not in the same direction as the axis that we have. And that's the case in basically most instances. So right now what you can do is, if you can see, it's going to be hard to draw and you cannot really inference those lines, which is the red, green, and blue. It's going to be really hard. So in order to change that, we can place our model axis around the object. So right now I'm basically changing it, and you can see it's going to be really easy to inference the axis to draw the line in the same plane. The next one, if you want to place it, you can find another way. You can basically right click on the axis, any of them. You can use the place over there. So this is another way to basically place it right here. And then notice, if you look at the bottom, it says Alt. So if you hit Alt on your keyboard, you can see it's going to change the direction of those axes. So this is going to help you. So wherever you want to align it, and basically you can double click. You can right click out any of those axes as well. Basically just to hit reset, it goes back to the original location. If you click on move, it's going to open up another window. You can move it on the X, Y, or Z axis, and also you can rotate. Just be aware, if you want to move it forward, it's going to be on the positive side. If you want to take it back, you got to put like a minus or negative side. So it basically goes back and forth on the X, Y, and Z axis. The next one is going to align it to view. So if I move it a little bit, you can see the Z, the blue line. So that's going to align it to the view, and also it's going to hide. And if you want to bring it back, you need to go to the view tab and check the box, and it comes back, and you'll be able to see the axis again. So the next, let me just right now put it back where the original location is. So we have the problem. So with two click, you can align the axis. I'm going to show you a difference here. So first, right now, if you see, I can see align axis, but if I select all the line and surfaces, that I don't have that option. So just be aware that you need to select a surface to align the axis to it. So right now I selected align, and you can see it's basically aligning it. But if you select the lines, it's not going to give you that option. So let me just hit reset. Goes back to original location. I want to bring in a near map image or a Google image, anything that you want to bring it to use for your logistics. You can align it to the direction of these axes, so which is going to be a really helpful way if you have a weird shapes or angles when you do your logistics of drawing objects. You can basically align these axis to your object. So let me just draw something over here, just kind of a weird shape. Yeah, let's just go this way, up and down. And right now it's kind of weird. It's not aligning to my image, it's not with the direction, but I can align the model's axis to the shape that I have. So right now you can see I basically align to it. And also, if you don't want to align it to the shape and you want to align it to the image, you can do so as well. So basically you just aligning the direction of the axis with the actual image. So let's just get this like location. I just put it on X and Y, and you can see it's basically aligned with the image, not the shape or object on top of the image. And right now I can basically draw. I can draw and inference all those lines to complete my logistics. So sometimes if you have a image, it's going to be really hard to select the axis. So it's going to be frustrated. Sometimes just make sure you select the line that is not on top of the image, and basically in the SketchUp is going to be easy for you. So don't get frustrated there. The next one that we want to take a look is making a group. So just pay attention to the lines around the grouped object, how it looks like. And then right now, in order to do that, I'm going to put a temporary directional axis. And right now I have a temporary, and if I select it, you can see how the lines are changed, right? It's basically exactly around my shape. And when I double click, go inside the group, and then keep drawing inside my group, I have aligned it to the temporary axis. So I didn't change the model axis like the whole SketchUp model. I only changed the group. So this is going to be the great practice. When you create object, make a group, and then basically add a temporary axis to your model. So the next one that I'm going to show you is going to be just the scaling. So you can apply the same concept to scaling, because sometimes you want to scale an object and it's not in a model axis direction. It's basically give you a grip in a different angle that is going to be hard to scale your model. So the best way to do that is basically to align it to the axis direction. If it's in the model, right now you see how it's going to change. It's going to be easier to use. But if you have a grouped object, then you'll be able to go inside the object and have your temporary axis like this one that we already placed a temporary. And when I want to scale it, all the grips are exactly around the grouped object that I have. And then also you just make sure that basically it's going to be really, really easy to do that when you set it up, and it's going to help you a lot down the road when you do a drawing, because it's going to be really, really easy for you to do that. The last part, make a component. So if you want to make a component, make sure you set the component axis. That is going to help you a lot when you're creating one, and then start drawing object in that component. And that's going to be really easy. You can place it anywhere you want, and you can use it, and it's going to be helpful down the road. Thank you guys for watching today's episode. I'm hoping that I was able to show you a few tips and tricks that can help your daily workflow. If you like the content, please don't forget to subscribe and leave a like, and I will see you in the next video.